with Aiden. Good evening, Todd. Hello. How are you? Oh no, I put this knife where I can't get it. Okay, I got it. There we go. We're doing good. We have the sounds of flash flooding behind me, which is always nice. Hey, Aiden, good news is there's no water coming in the back door yet. What's up, Doc? Sinister, what's up? What is up? So much stuff. Aw, Kaylee made it. Hi, honey. How was medical training? Oh, by the way, Kaylee, I don't have Ethan's got my phone. I don't have it. So if you send me a message, I don't got it. Actually, I lied. I can still check it on the computer. Oh, well, you're supposed to be studying and like saving people and electrocuting them and stuff. But hi, love you. How you doing? So, as always, I'm here a little bit early in case anybody wants to chat about anything or ask a question, or Kaylee just wants to be very pretty on a break. Oh, Aaron, you too? I heard we're getting the remnants of the hurricane, and I believe it because we are soaking wet. I had to run out and rescue one of the garbage cans. Our trash gets picked up today, so we got. I had to go run out and rescue the garbage can because it was floating down the street, and I was outside for 5 minutes or less, and I was just soaking wet, drenched from head to toe, and it was ridiculous. Absolutely, like water up to mid calf by the time I got from the front door down to the end of the driveway to where it dips down to the street. It was crazy. And we're getting flash flood warnings here from New Jersey. Now, I don't know if they're saying it stretches from Jersey to here or what, but it's not nice. It's not nice. So we'll see what happens. Yes, I will always do you a favor. What favor can I do for you, sweetie pie? Chop love. Standing by. Waiting. Prank my dad for me? That's dangerous. I mean, as long as I don't have... Oh, I can read what you're doing. I can read what you're saying. So, like, that's not a very slick form of communication. Oh, is that your prank? It's your prank. Yeah, you know what? Hero Brian, I got mine yesterday too. It and the tracking on mine was ridiculous. It was it went all over the country. I have had none to drink today. Honestly, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted today. But I'm gonna have, when we get started, I'm gonna have a shot. For what we'll do it. Told me that we'd be here before it got to my state. Yeah, it's really silly, stupid. No, so today at the shop, for those of you here, there's only 5 people here. I've been forgetting to put the notice up early in the day to remind people that we're doing lives. I'll be awake when you get home. So You know, I have something awesome that's supposed to be arriving tomorrow by UPS from Blade HQ. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but now with the weather, I don't know if it's going to happen. Oh, you got your first Mora. That's almost like saying I lost my virginity. Sorry, I gotta say that's awesome. Congratulations, Aiden. That's cool. But I've got a few things that are supposed to arrive tomorrow, and that's pretty cool. Hey, Kurt, how's the daughter doing? How's Boot? It's only day 2. Never mind. Sorry, but still, I've been thinking about her, and her fun journey, and I realized she's only been gone a day, so never mind. I want to see. I still have not seen your new thing. No, it's not a random comparison. It's signed by a movie star. Oh, that's me. I'm hearing me, but like 30 seconds ago. Oh, that's me. Now I'm hearing me talking about me. It's like the scene in Spaceballs. What's going on? This is now. Now's now. That was then. Aiden might not know what I'm talking about. At 124 or at 1324? Because it wouldn't surprise me if they gave them time to call home at 124. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised at all. Like, this is the time you have to call. But hey, Karsten, how's it going? You know what, Aaron? It's like a medieval knife. I have to see it. Babe. Yes. Honey. She bought a $500 coin today. That's 1 pound of pure silver. Because that's what she does when she goes out, and you can't stop her because she does what she wants to do. That's what she wants. That she does what she wants. Oh, I hear sirens off in the distance. Hang on, I'm going to see where my Blade HQ package is coming from. Yeah, somebody's in trouble. Oh, wow. They are tearing ass. I don't know what that is. Where is the view details? Here it is. This is coming from Bristol, Virginia. Good info. Yeah. Oh, well, I haven't seen the Star Wars thing. You haven't shown me the Star Wars thing yet. Screenception. All right, let me see what I missed. No, but okay, so I see what Hero Brian says about can't say anything. We get knives like that. Yeah, but the thing is, so does she. And swords. So, hey, Nick, how's it going? Can you show the coin at chat? Yeah, the chat. Yeah, I can, but I don't have it. Let me see if I do have it. Hang on. I can. No, you know why I can't? Because you showed it to me in a disappearing picture. You got to send it to me as a regular old picture. I can only, yeah. Dan Brown, hello. How are you? And EDC's nuts. The hero of the AD 20.5. I actually didn't know how many people did not like the AD 20.5 until I put that up. You found look at this. He found himself an Aileron, which is hard to find these days. Nice find. Listen, you're going to love that knife so much, and this is going to start an obsession, and you're going to get a lot of them. And that's okay. That is okay. And there's Dave. Dave, have you seen the unboxing of Monthly Knife Club? Because guess what I didn't get? Yeah, and I called I called Daryl directly and explained everything and said that he has not heard what's going on, and he's going to the shipping warehouse himself. He said that he's going to make sure that it gets taken care of personally. And he's going to be sending something else along. Hey, Tank. So, all right. We're 1 minute early, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because we're going to get started. We're going to get started. So, Kurt, when I reference Woot Steel, I talk about the original. I talk about it as it pertains to the original formula for the first Far East pattern welded layered steel. I don't want to use the word Damascus. I don't know why. Not steel from the village of Woots, but as you look up the history of Damascus, that's what I refer to when I talk about Woot steel. How bad is the flooding over here? It's pretty bad. So Dave knows my whole driveway situation. The end of my driveway, that little depression, is mid-calf level for me. And just getting there is getting from the front door down to there is just above my ankle. And the back door is primed to start coming in the house. I have it all shored up with makeshift sandbags. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Hello from Idaho. Noah, where in Idaho are you? That's an important question before I get started. That was a very important question. And yes, Nick, it is good to be back. We're going to talk about it. Oh, but Dave, the important question is, since we always have the first right on everything, do you like this? And do you want it? Or no? Cascade, okay. I'm not, I don't know how close that is to Mountain Home, but I spent 8.5 years locked up in Mountain Home at the base there. And, whenever anybody would be newly assigned and they'd call up and say hi, I got my orders, the first thing we would say is, hey, do you like to hunt and fish? And hope that they said yes. Okay, well, after Noah builds the ark and you can get over here, then we'll, Kurt, I'll forward you some stuff that I found. So let's get started, guys. So welcome to the show tonight, September 1st. Oh, you know what? Then I've definitely been through Cascade. So cool. Nice to have somebody that I used to be local with. So here we go. So we're going to talk about a few different things tonight. I have officially started back at the shop, and it is like homecoming. Oh, 2.5 hours? Well, I still probably have for a few different things, like when we used to go to Jackson Hole when Cheney was the vice president there. But anyway, we used to go do security for him and everything. The Snakewood is really nice, yeah. But so we're gonna talk about a few different things. I put late on Instagram that you should feel free to have a drink, a beverage of any kind of your choice available for a toast. Oh, hey, you made it to one. Welcome. So, yes, Dave, I like that. So I'm going to open this up with a toast. The last American military personnel, I wish I could say the last Americans, but we left a couple hundred behind, and apparently the administration's fine with that. I don't want to talk about that. But after 20 years, the last American military personnel went wheels up in Afghanistan on Monday, ending an era. And throughout that time, we have lost too many precious American lives. So I would like anybody who wants to join me in one more final toast to those brave men and women. Let's face it, mostly kids. Many just out of high school, many who joined up, who were literal children, babies when 9/11 happened, because they wanted to do the right thing by their country or for whatever personal reason they have. So here's to everyone we lost over the last 20 years, and may we never have to lose anyone again. All right. This has been one hell of a mess. And I'm not going to lie. I think I've told the story before, but there was a day in Iraq in 2006 where me and my buddy McNeil, Jeremy McNeil, we were with some troops. We were both E5s back then. So that'd be sergeant in the Army, staff sergeant in the Air Force, and we were supervising a sandbag detail. That's always fun in the desert. And we're just filling up sandbags, and we had the realization as we're looking at what's going on at this little base, and he looked at me and he goes, "Hey Mike, are we the bad guys?" And I looked at him and I said, "No, we're pretty good. We're pretty good." And he goes, "No, I mean, think about it. What if this was Tatooine?" And it hit me all at once, and I looked at him and my face dropped and I said, "Holy shit, we're the stormtroopers, aren't we?" And he looked at me and he went, "Yeah, we are. We're the stormtroopers." And if this was Tatooine, and I'm like, "Damn, dude. Wow, that's heavy. This sucks." And it kind of was a whole new thing. Hold on, let me read this from Louise. Military complex involved in gang stalking. I'm not sure, Louise, I would love to give you an honest answer to this question. How do you feel about some of the military complex involved in gang stalking or organized stalking innocent people? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. If there's an incident you can reference, I would really like to actually engage in conversation. And I don't want to dismiss your comment just because I don't understand it, but I'm not sure what it is you're actually referring to. I'd be glad to address military members, and suicide, because that has affected my life too many times. But Louise, if you can give me a little context to that, I would be very happy to discuss it, and let you know how I feel about it. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. Military complex involved in gang stalking or organized stalking innocent people. I just don't know what you're referring to, and so please do fill in more so that I can address that. I had someone disrespect the military, and I called them out, and they said the U.S. veterans don't deserve respect, and that he knows that he was in the Air Force. Well, you know what? Hero Brian, everybody has their own journey through the military, and I don't know what that guy's journey was. Not everybody's proud of what they have done, and for all we know, that guy could have been some dude that was chaptered out in basic training, or that guy could have been somebody who was special tactics and did stuff that was terrible and we'll never know about. That's what he said. I mean, not everybody's proud of what we do. Some people don't see the big picture. Some people Hi, Lions Jewelry. I don't want to ignore you. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Not everybody, the military is not right for everybody. It does take a special mindset. And the truth is, like, I've had troops, I've had troops where this dude's dad was an Air Force Chief Master Sergeant, which is in the enlisted ranks, that's the highest you can go. I mean, the Chief Master Sergeant E9 rank is as far as you can go. And he joined the Air Force with a lot of pressure and expectation, I guess, from his dad. And I'm thinking this dude should have known that. Oh, hold on. I love the military members. Some ex are committing suicide, knowing too much info. I'm not against the military at all. I'm just saying, Louise, I absolutely agree with you. There's a lot, I recently lost a good friend to drug overdose, and we don't know why. And he has seen a lot, and we don't know. I mean, we don't know if it was intentional. We don't know if it was accidental. But he was someone who numbed his pain with drugs, and there's a lot that goes on in the military that I think people are not prepared for. A lot of people see Hollywood military and think that's really what it's going to be like. A lot of people do fine in the military for a long time, and then it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and then they hit this point where it's it all hits them all at once, and the totality of everything they've seen and done, or things they have not been able to do, like hey, we could have saved these people, or we could have accomplished more, and they were not allowed and able to do it. It hits them like a freight train in the face. And that's very hard to deal with. Directed energy weapons, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about, I don't have a lot of experience with directed energy weapons. I really don't know a lot about that. That is very much, and Louise, I don't know if you're new to my channel. I have a lot of military experience, 21 years split between the Army and the Air Force, but I will never bullshit you about stuff I don't know. And I really don't know a lot about directed energy. I don't. Karsten, yes, I agree. I know a lot about PTSD because I deal with it myself. I have. No, Louise, please don't apologize. It's okay. You know what? I'm just telling you. I'm not going to speak on. I'm not going to give you crap that I don't. I'm not going to make stuff up. I'm going to tell you what I know, and I'm gonna admit to you when I don't know, so that I don't want you to doubt things I tell you. And that's directed energy was just not in my wheelhouse. That wasn't my thing. I can give you a whole lot of information on kinetic weapons. Directed energy was not my thing. I wish, but the concept helix with jade scale. I was just looking. EDC's not. I was just looking at the helix. The helix, however you want to pronounce it, as maybe my next concept. But I got something that's going to be arriving soon. Some of the boot camp scenes in Stripes was surprisingly accurate, as was some of the boot camp scenes in Renaissance Man, with Danny DeVito. I watched and I was like, yeah, that is surprisingly kind of true. Weirdly true. Oh, dude, you got to see Stripes. If for no other reason than because I went to basic where they filmed Stripes. They call it Fort Arnold, but that was filmed at Fort Knox. Fort Knox used to be where cavalry and armor dudes went to basic training. Now they've swapped it with Fort Benning. Fort Benning used to be infantry, and Fort Knox used to be cavalry and armor. I have no idea why they swapped them, but now they swapped them. And so it kind of, I don't know. Oh, hey, I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much, Gritman. That's very nice of you to say. In the Army now, also, yes, scarily, in the Army now is has some very accurate training scenes. You know which has one of the Louise, listen. We're all good here. We're all friends. No offense taken. Nothing. I want everybody to feel free to discuss anything here. You know what I mean? Dan Brown, guess what? I was exactly there, exactly 10 years later. Let me tell you what I'll tell you why I love Heartbreak Ridge. I love watching Heartbreak Ridge. But the reason I take offense to Heartbreak Ridge is because basically the minute they hit the shore in Grenada, they attribute everything done by the Army Rangers in Grenada to his one Marine platoon. Almost everything that you see them do in that movie was actually a mission accomplished by Army Rangers. Rangers do cool shit. What can I say? But the rescue of the students at St. George Medical College, the whole bulldozer scene, that was a Ranger deal. Actually, the telephone call using a personal credit card to call back to the States, that was either Navy or Marines. That was not the Army. But that was a true thing. That happened. But, Heartbreak Ridge is not true at all, because the Marines would absolutely never in a million years allow their troops to become the way Gunny Highway's platoon became. Never, ever, ever. No military unit in the United States would ever become as... I don't even have the words for it. You know what I mean? Like, there would never be... I mean, it's a great premise for a movie. Like these Marines have become just a bunch of civilians in uniform, and Clint Eastwood has to come shape them up, and then they go to combat. But, like, we have, Army always has a friendly rivalry with the Marines. But, like, as an Army dude, I always knew one thing the Marines would always beat us in is discipline and all that stuff. Like, hands down. Any day of the week. So, that's really cool. Congratulations to that Marine. So just another funny kind of story. I was made a corporal once. They don't give out corporal. I hear they give out corporal now more often, but in the when was it? It was like 99. They didn't give out corporal very often then, and corporal is a weird rank because corporal is a non-commissioned officer in the Army, but you're not a sergeant yet. You're still an E4. So there's two E4s, right? There's I need to tactically. Oh, this guy. Listen, let me do some research and see if any company makes anything that you could transport your spice in, wallet type, while bushcrafting. I'll check that out. So that just for anybody that doesn't know, pay grades, you got two levels. You've got the O's for officers, you got the E's for enlisted. And level 4 enlisted in the Army is either a specialist or a corporal. And it's kind of they're called lateral. So they're the same pay grade. Get the exact same salary, right? No difference. But a corporal is a non-commissioned officer, which does put you technically outrank the specialist. Okay. Yeah, they used to have specialists all the way up to E9, and it was a very weird matrix of whatever. No, he does that to be a smartass because of how much I hated the Bushcraft Spice Wallet and the Battle Box thing. Warrant officers are totally different. I'm not even getting into warrant officers. I'm not even touching them. They are like the like in the whole Greek god system, they were like humans and gods and then titans. Warrant officers are the titans, and we're not even going to get into that. So a corporal is an E4, but also an NCO. Okay. And we had an ex-Marine. I don't know. Is it a former Marine or an ex-Marine? I don't remember. What's up, Aiden?
talking about Greek.
Yes, talking about Greek gods. Greek gods have humans, gods, and titans.
Name all of them.
I can't name all of them. They have like 9,000 of them.
No, name all gods.
I can't name all the gods. They have like 9,000 of them.
Gods.
Potato. Okay. Where was I? So talking about corporate. So we had this former Marine who joined the Army. He was an E5. And back then, that was when the Army wore rank on the collars on BDUs, just to let you know how old this is. And the Army had a really cool thing in a promotion ceremony where you get pinned. So the commander gives you the speech, made a commander, a little bit more pay, a lot more responsibility. You're important now, and he put the pins on. To save time, he wouldn't put the little backings on the pin. He would just put them in your hand and salute him, and his way. Anybody of that rank or higher would pin you on, which means they'd come up and basically drive those pins into your collarbones, and that would be considered hazing today. It was good-natured morale back then. So I was the only, no, blood wings are different. Blood wings are when you get your jump wings. So when you get your jump wings, the instructors punch them into your chest and boom. That's different. And from what I understand, it's still done, but kind of not done. I don't know. I still have permanent scars. Just saying. Because they do not pull punches at all. But it's just like blood wings. It is just like blood wings, except they come by and they on the collars. So everybody there were no other corporals in the unit. So everybody E5 and above got to come over and smack me. Something that I made in school a long time ago. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Send it. So at the end of it all, this one guy to hang back, I forgot his name, but he was cool. And he said, I want to talk to him. I'm really proud of you. He put his arm around me and he's like, you worked really hard for this and, you're a great medic and you do this and this and that. And he just started taking me walking and he goes, I just want you to know that when in the Marines, when a Marine makes NCO, we do it a little bit differently. He gets to sew a red stripe on his pants, and it's called a blood stripe, and it represents this, this, and this. And here's what we do in the Marines. And I don't know what he did, but he twisted me around, and he kneed me in the middle of my thigh, right along where the stripe would go. And then before I even knew what was going on, he spun me and kneed me in the other leg. And I just stood there motionless for... Hold on, I have to finish this. Men who mean just what they say. These are the men of the Green Beret. Sorry. So he just, and I'm thinking and they go through this with everybody. How do they walk? That was so I'm actually grateful that I got pinned instead of blood strike or whatever that was. That was crazy. He was insane. But so now in the Air Force, hey, here's Kevin. How's it going, Kevin? In the Air Force, we wore stripes on our sleeves. So in the Air Force, we did the gauntlet. We walked the gauntlet. When you got promoted, everybody of that rank or higher lined up in a hallway or just outside, and you'd walk down and you'd get punched right in the stripe going down. I don't know which one I preferred more, to tell you the truth. Because it sucked. It sucked. Yeah, Hero Brian, you can send it wherever you have to. Now with everybody wearing rank in the middle of the chest, it's a little iffy because you got women with rank right there, and you're one false move away from an EO complaint. Plus, it's now considered hazing. So I don't know. Wow, we went off on a huge tangent. Let's try to send the the TVA in to bring that that variant back in. It's not abuse. See, okay, so thank you. Peter gives this $1 contribution every week. Thank you so much. It's not abuse. It's not. That's the thing. It's not abuse. We can say it's like people wouldn't do it if they didn't like you. Like it's I don't know how to describe it. It's morale. It's I don't know how to describe it, but it's not only baby. Like, I don't know how to say this, even by saying like, oh, only a baby considers it abuse, but like only babies consider it abuse. Like, we all considered it. Like, you wanted to go through it. You wanted to go through it. You wanted the next day. You wanted to show everybody those bruises on your arm or the pin marks in your collar. You wanted to be like, look how bad I got it. You know, like, look how tough they were on me. Look how hard they gave it to me. That's kind of, yeah. I mean, that's true. That is so true. I was slapped in the face twice in basic training. And people might say, oh, that's abusive. I guarantee you I would never, even to this day, make those same two mistakes again. Never, ever, ever make those same two mistakes again. So maybe there's learning value for that. Okay, so anyway, let me grab some water real quick. I also went through basic training where there's certain MOSs were considered combat MOSs. There were no women. It was all just men. So there was no worrying about, sexism, racism, offensive stuff. Well, there were racism, sorry, but sexism and offensive stuff. And we could be as locker room as we wanted to be, I guess we'll say. Dude, you know what? I appreciate even 99 cents. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And that all goes towards shipping and stuff for the giveaways. Oh, it's my work wife. How are you feeling? Did you get your surgery yet? Or have they decided if you're going to get your surgery or what's up? So where are we at now? So, by the way, how come nobody told me this was a thing? This new blue Gatorade. I asked somebody to pick me up a couple blue Gatorades, and this was mixed in. I didn't even know that there was a new blue Gatorade out on the streets. There's a new dealer out there with a new product. Nobody told me about it. I like it. It's not as good as Voltage, but I like it. Ethan Jacoby, what is up? Yo. Did I say Gatorade? Well, you know what I meant. You know why I said Gatorade? You know why I said Gatorade? Because it's Frost. Because it says Frost. That's why I said Gatorade. I agree with Gritman here. It really tastes very similar to Voltage. That watermelon is just, I hate Major Melon. It is not good. It is not good at all. I said Gatorade, and this is how you make your appearance. That's how you show up tonight. Nice. I can't believe I said Gatorade. I don't know why I said Gatorade because I think of Blue Frost Gatorade, I guess. I don't know. Okay, listen, Daniel. So here's what I want you to do. And this is a thing that works with most knives. I want you to bring the knife about half open, right? And I want you to adjust your pivot so that it's mostly centered, okay? Just about centered. And then I want you to start adjusting these screws here and see if tightening that up when it's here and then messing with your pivot and adjusting these screws helps you with your blade play at all. Because a lot of times the first screw after the pivot is really what ultimately will end up helping you tighten and finalize your centering, So, see, this is interesting, Peter, because so I drink caffeine because I get migraines, and the caffeine a lot of times helps me when I get a migraine. I drink caffeine. I have a mouse in here. There's a mouse that was driven in from the rain. Pete is going to find it. I'm going to wake up with a dead body on top of me. Surge was good. See, it's not really red, Aiden. It's got a little red tint to it because of the stain, but it's really more of a reddish brown. But it's still a really nice knife. Way off topic, but after you look at the document, could you give me feedback on the Army? Yeah, I will check that out after. Is there a bird in here? How would a bird get in? What, Aiden? No problem. Yeah, we are getting the hurricane sloppy seconds. We are getting flooding and all sorts of stuff over here right now. It's sucking big time. Big time. Oh, yeah, the backspacer on this. Dave said he liked the backspacer. Backspacer is really nicely done. And it's the same steel as the liners. So. DocP menagerie. Yeah, we're just collecting animals at this point now. I've seen birds in Walmart too. You know, if the animals are coming in, I expect them to start doing dishes and making me a dress and I don't know, cleaning up water. That's going to be tough. Oh, sorry, wrong one. That's going to be tough. There's really not a good way to do it. If you're free spinning, you've probably gotten the pivot as far as it's going to go. What I would do is I would take the pivot out. I'd clean it off with like a wire brush or just whatever you have, old toothbrush or something, making sure that there's no grit or gook on there. Do the same thing to the inside of the pivot, pipe cleaner or whatever you can get in there, just to make sure that when you're twisting it, that you've got just the internals all connected there. Because the way they did this, there's really nothing to hold on to on there, unfortunately. Yeah, there's really not. When I went to EAT, there was a gal who transferred from the Marines there. Which is crazy. She wanted the M60. Marines gonna be Marines. They're always gonna be Marines, no matter what. No matter what. Oh, that's a good idea. You can try that. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to try to move this along. This has not followed the agenda I was going to do at all. That's awesome, by the way. So the shop is awesome, guys. I've got so much stuff going on. So much stuff in progress. I'm going to put an answer for those of you who saw the Instagram post about guessing what's in the blast cabinet. I'm going to give you guys the answer to what it is. And I've got some more really cool stuff to show you of stuff that's going on there. Excuse me. I'm also exhausted. We got a new CNC machine going in that's in there now. We're just waiting for all the tools and everything to put in there. I think I mentioned the new carbon dioxide laser that will reminds me of real genius. Hey Shane, how you doing? There is Kevin, we dipped the skull from the elk yesterday. It was fun. It was pretty good. What else do we have going on? And Kevin, remember I showed you Remember I showed you that rifle and I was like, this dude dropped it off like 3 years ago and we never heard from him? Just out of random, the day after you were there, the guy called up and said, hi, I'm so-and-so. I brought in this rifle. Do you guys still have it? So, yeah. Do you guys offer Cerakote? Yes, EDC. That is, oh, I forgot. He's just being a wise ass. Yeah. Just being a wise ass. But that's what I can count on him for. So, my daily knife carries now, because I am moving around all day, on my feet all day. I've decided I'm going a little smaller and a little light. So rotating around, just till I find out which one I like better, is the Maximate Manix 2 lightweight. You see that has been in the cab. Yeah, he finally called, and he wants to. He got like an $850 Cerakote job, and he wants to pay for it $20 a week, and then pick it up when it's paid off. So anyway, so I've been deciding which one, because I love this. This is one of my favorite knives in the world. So there's this guy, and then the ZT-0357, which actually also came, I believe, in Monthly Knife Club. For a woman, it's her first knife. You know, Peter, there's so many options. I mean, what's she gonna do with it? Let me tell you. Peter, what's she gonna do? Is it just to carry around, just to have? She's gonna take you camping? What is she gonna do? I mean, that's what. So, I mean, what I'm looking for at the shop all day. We never know what we're gonna whip a knife out and cut. Cardboard, tape, filter material, hydrographics film, rubber tubing. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Just she wants it for everything. Is what you know. What I would do, Peter? I would actually look for. I mean, there are a number of brands that I recommend over and over and over. But you know what? I would go for something mid-range from Kubi. All right, Dan. Thanks for stopping in, and you have a good one. Something from Kubi, Kershaw. CRKT is very overpriced. There's a lot of different options in good price ranges that you could try out. But I'd go with something like that, and see how she does with something on the lower spectrum price range, and see kind of what she's doing with it. Wow, that's terrible about the 357. I've done all sorts of stuff with this guy, and it's never failed me. Ever. I have met some other people that don't like the 357 just because it's small. I've heard that a lot. I've actually did just to try it. I tried to do a spring delete on this. This knife will not open up without the torsion bar in it. You can't convert this to manual. It just won't function. Not at all. Trying to, I don't know. Personally, I like ZT's older days a lot better than the current stuff they have out now. Honestly, they had really, really good stuff. Would Gorilla Tape work to hold on side of the pivot that I'm not putting the screwdriver in? Possibly. I could, maybe. I couldn't. I don't know. Are Benchmades considered gravity? Aiden, it depends on the knife. There's a lot of different Benchmades made a lot of different ways. A gravity knife is one that is by definition, you just kind of give it a little toom and it opens. So if the Benchmade is very loose, it could just open with a little. What's up, Ian? No. Oh, there's an Aiden on here that I'm talking to. So like some people loosen their pivots so much just so they can do a flick that like if a police officer, for example, were to search you and see the knife and they just give it a little flick downwards, it opens right up. And that could be by legal definitions. And I'm not saying they would. I'm just giving you what's in the realm of possible. They could be like, oh, this counts as a gravity knife. It's not designed as a gravity knife. But it could be considered. So the Cold Steel AD-15 Light, I have never seen the AD-15 Light. I don't know. And now I have to get an AD-15 Light. I have to go look it up immediately. Yeah. I have to check that out. Like the Civivi, yeah, I think so. There's some Civivis that would work just fine. Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting the phone. Sorry, guys. That was a grandma worried about the boys. So anyway, where am I at? So there are. The thing is, here's. Let's get back to the knife for the lady. I don't think it's even about the brand. I think really, here's the deal, Peter. I think what you should do if you have the option is take her to a store, let her put as many knives as possible in her hand, and let her pick one out that feels comfortable, that she feels comfortable working the action on. That's the most important thing. I would like to check out the Reverb XL, by the way. That seems really cool. I'd love to see the Spyderco Yojumbo. Have you guys seen the Yojumbo out there? Not the Yojimbo, but the Yojumbo. I'd like that. That's really cool. Because I like, you guys know me, I like a bigger knife. There's another thing I'm thinking of, but now I can't think of it. Or the CRKT Jumbones. They have the crossbones, and then they have the Jumbones. I want to check that out. Daniel, thanks for checking in, and let us know how the knife works out. Right? Hey, Sass, we're doing flooding and rain over here. How are you doing? What I really like is I have seen the Spidey Chief. I have my eye on the Blade HQ special, Jade Edition one. I just need to kind of stack up enough funds to afford it. It's about $350 right now. But when I do, I'm gonna get it. There you are. So I really want to try the Spidey Chief, the Spidey Chief and the Native Chief. I want to try them both out and give them a try. The Kiku's really nice. I like the Todd Kiku. I have a large Kiku, and it's pretty good. Now, I don't know what's going on with the rain right now, but it sounded like people were just pouring buckets of water onto the roof a little while ago, and it doesn't sound like that right now. So it might be a little good. I don't know. But before we're doing that, so my real criteria for what I'm looking for in a shop carry here is, number one, like I said, lighter and smaller in my pocket. But what I'm really going for is edge retention, because we do just cut lots of weird stuff. Lots of weird stuff, you know? And so between Maximet, sorry, it's reversed in my screen here. Maximet and 20 CV. I'm just trying to do not some artificial, let me cut until the blade, cut cardboard until the blades are dull. But I'm just alternating them day by day in my pocket to see which one I feel really gives me the most bang for the buck in a real life shop environment. I am partial to this one because this was actually one of the first things that I ever dipped in the shop before I did any work there. We were visiting on vacation, and Darren showed me how to do hydrographics in a very simple way on this. So we dipped it, and then he gave me a flat Cerakote coating on the blade, and it's done really well for me ever since a few years ago. But I really like the size and weight of the 357. So these are the two that I'm kind of rotating through to figure out what is going to be my ideal EDC for going to the shop. Kubi 210. I gotta go check that out real quick. KU 210. Wait, what? KU 210. They're giving them all names and stuff now. That's an interesting one. I've never tried it out. It's lighter than a lot of other Kubis because the plasticky. Is it plastic? No, it's G10. It's G10 handle. Never mind. It's got that bottle opener shape in the top. That one does. I mean, it's. Look, the truth is, I've never met a Kubi I didn't like, ever. So, what seasonings are you EDCing at the shop? You want a real answer to that? Horseradish mustard, because we have a little hot dog sausage grill that we can have lunch. So there's an actual answer to that question. That's what I'm EDCing at the shop. Bam! You weren't expecting that, were you? So yeah. I got to do an unboxing of 3 different Kubis that I've had for a couple weeks. I just haven't got. I have to pick up the kid soon. No, I understand about picking up the kid. Tell the kid we said hi. Tell him everybody here said hi. No, but it's got horseradish in it, which is a seasoning, because I said so. So it's both. Your Honor. The defense rests. Actually, I should start getting going too. Even though I haven't been here quite an hour. Well, let me have another drink of water and see how I feel. No, you don't need to talk to your cousin. The defense has already rested. It's done. It's been established. It is refreshing. It is nice cold water. This $5 tumbler from Walmart keeps water colder longer than the most expensive crap I've tested out from anywhere. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes the budget stuff works really, really well. Too bad I lost the top. But I can grab another top probably from the shop because we have like 20 of them sitting around. 20 like ridiculous amounts sitting around. There is a new, by the way, I'll just let you know. There's a company called Big Brains. And they make, so when we do, I've said this a few times already, but so when we do hydrographics, if you're not familiar with hydrographics, I posted on Instagram about the skull, the deer skull, and there's a picture of the plain skull, and then the graphic, the film, and then the skull afterwards. So some companies like Cryptek, or Realtree, or whatever, they make you either pay a licensing fee, or see, Cryptek's cool because you don't have to pay a licensing fee. Mossy Oak, yeah. Mossy Oak also, you don't pay a licensing fee, but you have to promise that you're going to use the correct background colors to use their stuff. We don't do Realtree because Realtree, you have to pay like a $6,000 licensing fee to use their stuff. And Mossy Oak is almost identical to Realtree, but all you have to do is promise to use the correct colors on each pattern. And so you do have to buy the correct base color of paint, and it's a special paint. It's not just any paint. You can't like just go get it color matched. It's got to be the right kind of paint that can go in the water and all this other stuff. But so there's a company called Big Brains that is now making a remarkably similar pattern to Cryptek camo. I forgot what they call it, but it's in remarkably similar colorways to all the different Cryptek colors, and then one that they call Patriot, which is like a red, white, and blue. But the thing is, you just buy the film from them. They make their money on the film, and there are recommended colors to produce the standard colorways, but you can do whatever you want with it. And so, hey, it's their lawsuit. We just buy the film. So the film has the film itself has a basic color in it. So sue me, Camel. Yeah. So, you use the proper base color on whatever you're dipping, and it provides whatever the sample piece is. But like, instead of using a turquoise, you could use a darker blue and come up with a new color, or a white and come up with a new, so it's really interesting. I disassembled a Glock today. It was a Glock 42. I'm ashamed to admit it belongs to a member of the Air Force. And it was factory Cerakoted. Well, we don't call it Tiffany blue anymore because Tiffany got upset, but whatever, baby blue or something. Black, just black, regular slide. And Tiffany blue or whatever the new color frame. We're going to be leaving the frame alone. We're going to be doing the Muddy Girl pink in the front, and then like a cotton candy blue kind of color in the back, and then an intercoat metallic, like sparkly all over it, and then a flamey kind of like a the pattern is called Aiden Flame, but it's like a flame sort of pattern. So like whatever colors you lay under it. And I told Darren, I said, this is going to be the most unicorn special looking shit anybody's ever seen when we're all done with it. That's when he's like, yeah, and she's in the Air Force. And I was like, I refuse to work on this. I refuse to work on this gun. But I'm bouncing between like infuriating anger that a member of my former service is going to, I mean, at least it's a woman's gun, is going to be running around with it. But also this burning curiosity to see how it's going to come out, because I've used Aiden Flame a few times, and with the right colors, it can look pretty cool. Like I've done, and again, they're probably back on my Instagram. I've done some flaming knife, look like flaming blades. Like one kind of mystical fantasy, blue, green, purplish, and then another one that's just red, yellow, orange, and so what we say in the shop is that the customer is always right, but the customer isn't always correct, and that's how we skin that cat. So yeah, like customer is allowed to have their, they get to choose what they want, but it doesn't mean that they're correct about it. They're right because they're paying for it. But that's why there's not always pictures of every project on the website and on the shop's Instagram and stuff like that, because there are some things we just don't want to take credit for. Yeah. Well, so what we do is we steer them. There are always things that, and here's the thing, I love working with Darren, because like there was a guy who came in yesterday who said he's like, people told me I need to have my barrel coated, and he goes, who told you? And he goes, well, these people. No, what people? And like, he doesn't take shit from people. And hey, Gritman, what any chance I could hear what was in the blast box before I go? I'm gonna put it on that Instagram post. I'm gonna comment on it and tell everybody probably tomorrow morning. EDCs, I believe the price list is up to date, but if you have a question about a specific thing, let me know and I'll look it up for you and tell you. So Darren is very good at telling the customer when they're not right and telling them if what they want is, for lack of a better word, stupid or impossible, or saying we cannot do that, but here's what we can do, and steering them towards projects that we can do. And that's the thing. He doesn't say, we never flat out say, he never says, no, we're not doing that. But he says, look, you're asking for something that is impractical, but let me give you some options on what would work out better. But he also, the thing is, yeah, then that's probably true. And, I'll handle the knife stuff. So you can email me, you can email the shop. There's, the waiting list for work has been really long, but now that I'm there, it's going to get a lot shorter because now there's an extra set of hands in there. But just send me an email and run down and let me know what you have, what you're interested in getting done EDCs. And so we'll talk about it. But so it's all about, project management in that place is all about directing the customer towards what we can do. Because the last thing we want to do, what we absolutely won't do, is send something out of the shop with our name on it that's not absolutely as good as it can be, even to the point where we send money out the door and won't do it. And he's serious about that because he would rather lose money from an individual job than to have the work shown around. Hey, Stuart made it. How you doing, Stu? He would rather lose that money than have poor workmanship or just a bad idea that he knows will not come out right shown around and then attached to our name. So it's really interesting seeing him deal with customers, because there are times where I'm like, I am thinking like, you can't talk to them that way. But then I'm like, well, yeah, he can. It's the way he is. It's his shop. He can do what he wants. And I haven't seen anybody get in his face yet about it. You know, they're usually this guy who wanted the barrel coated. He just Darren was like, I'm not going to take your money. It doesn't need to be done. Whoever told you that this needs to be done was wrong. What you have here is just fine. You know, I could charge you this amount of money to do it, but it would be wrong to do. You know, go shoot. And, you know, after 500 rounds or so, if you're noticing rust or some kind of corrosion, come bring it back and we'll do the work. But I'm not taking money out of your pocket for no reason. I don't want to 4 inches wide. Yeah. This. I personally had to do a redo a dip 4 times because Darren found a spot in it he didn't like, or he's like, no, I'm not sending that out the door. Oh my God. Do you remember the skull covered the thing for the Harley, the back compartment that ended up being black with the skulls on it? Do you have any idea how many times me and Bree had to re-dip that son of a bitch? Oh, because he just wasn't happy with the way it came out. And he's like, the customer will never know, but I'll know. I was like, you're killing me here. You're killing me. Me and Bree did that probably that one bottom half like 6 times. We had to order more film. He lost money on that job, but that's the way it is. Yeah, the Harley trunk. It's crazy. But I'm taking pictures now. You know, every day that I'm in there, I'm taking pictures so I can throw stuff up on Instagram and show you guys more exciting stuff that's going on. Because it's branched out to stuff that they weren't doing before. I had to personally hand distress 50 belt buckles today from Crossbreed. If you guys are familiar with the Crossbreed holster brand, they have a series of belt buckles, titanium belt buckles. Hey, 2A, what's going on, buddy? And so it's a 2-tone, shoot some bronze, midnight bronze, flash it, shoot some armor black over it, flash it, and then take a Scotch-Brite scrubby and distress the black so you see looks worn and you see the bronze coming through it. I do that by hand today. It was ugh. Chris, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Hey, good old boy, you're here right at the end because we got about 5 minutes left and we're going to get going, but I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. I was worried about you. It's weird when you're not here. So like in a day, and it's so hard if you're not there to see it. It's oh, what message did you get from the Marines? If you're not there to see it, it's hard to explain how much goes into taking the raw buckles. You got to sandblast the whole thing. You got to clean them. You got to sweat them. So you put them in the oven. Make sure there's no oils or anything residual in there. Take them, coat them, put them in the oven again to flash them. Not cure them, but flash them. Yeah, 2-way, sure. Oh, what about mail? Tell us about mail. Coat them again, flash them again. Sit there in a chair with a Scotch-Brite pad. And remember, Cerakote's made to not come off. I mean, so you're intentionally trying to screw the thing up. And then hang them all up, put them in, on a rack, put them in an oven, cure them, take them all out, wipe them down, stack them up for packaging. And it's, yeah. All right. I will check out here, Brian. I will check out that email you sent. Nick, I really like the hand distressing too, because it reminds me of my model building when you're weathering stuff. And it looks, because we sent out, I think 50, as is, just like coated, and then 50 of the distress stuff. And I like the distress stuff because it looks like it's got some character to it. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to do, but I'm sure they sell them, a lot more. In fact, the belt buckles from Crossbreed, were on the cover of NRA magazine once upon a time. And it was really cool because nowhere does it say, hey, these were done by Patriot Armory and Coatings. But it was just cool to just see the mag and be like, hey, that's us. We did that. That was pretty cool. Crossbreed gets all the press, but, we did it. It's cool. Whatever. I know what you're going to ask me, 2A, and I forgot. And I'm going to do it right after this. I didn't even realize this phone was here.
Master, I have mail for you.
I didn't even realize. So anyway, yeah. Well, all right, guys. We've been going a little over an hour. I appreciate anybody who did the toast with me way early on, whoever, or if you were just here for it, that's great. What time did you start this chat? So, Stu, I started at 6:45 Eastern time here on the U.S. East Coast. I always start I'm actually on 10 minutes early, usually, just to chat and everything before we start. Are we daylight savings time now? But yeah, so Stu, it started about an hour ago. So how much is he selling for? The belt buckles, I have no idea. I have no idea, Kurt, how much the buckles are selling for. I don't even know. I don't know how much we're getting paid to do the belt buckles for. I'm a worker bee there. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Same place, same time next week. Hopefully I'll have more fun. I will have more fun stuff by next week. I will, guaranteed, because I ordered some stuff and it will be here. So we'll have a lot more fun stuff to talk about and show and all that stuff. So thank you guys. And as always, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Wait, Allegheny State Forest. I have never been there, but I'll look into it, Nick. But like I was saying, you're all awesome. Love you guys. I'll see you all next week.